Hey, Tactical 40K. We're back from the holidays, and I was going to do some videos, but I had something just incredibly devastating happen. If you've had this happen to your models, feel for me. So I took all my Raven Guard army with me out to where we are visiting, which is out of state from where I'm at, back home, and I was going to plan on doing some painting and just kind of touching up some things because I got my new army paint, which I think I have shown you guys in the past, but I got or the Vallejo army paint starter. So I was, wanting to touch up some things, and I was getting ready to do that. Well, my mom didn't, unbeknownst to her, I'd set these in a drawer so that, trying to keep them away just in case dogs or something hit them. And she opened the drawer, and all of them, literally almost every model, got broke. Like it just they just shattered. So I spent a lot of time re-gluing, and now I have to touch up some things. So even my Cave and Shrike and all those guys, they were all in pieces, and it took me a while to find all the pieces. Some of the old my Tempest Imperial Guard guys. I had to, I did a lot of searching for, so I didn't get to do a whole lot. But I just wanted to give an update on that we're back. And that I've been working on my Vanguard Vets. So we've got those all pieced together, kind of, or they're all primed, and I'm working on them. But I wanted to mainly do this one because I changed some things on there. One, because you get the box, the Vanguard Vet box, and you don't have 5 shields, right? And you don't have 5 right-handed lightning claws, because I wanted to load them out all like this dude right here. So here's my first guy here. If it would focus on him, hang on. Yeah, all right. You can kind of see him. He's coming together. I got to put his jump pack on. But this is what 4 of the dudes are going to be loaded out with: Lightning Claw and a Storm Shield. But what happened was, well, what do you do with your Sergeant? Well, when I was looking at it, I was looking at it and I was like, well, I could wait. I could go buy, additional shield to load him out on. But then I thought, you know what? I was doing some research in the rules, and you can, carry multiple melee weapons and allocate attacks. So I was like, well, what can I do if I have a bunch of dudes with lightning claws running around, right? Touch that real quick. What? Maybe I need some. Maybe I can throw another weapon on him, or in there, that would have a little bit more AP and a little more damage, and with an additional a little bit more strength. So what I decided to do, not only for that, but aesthetically it looks kind of cool too, is to do this. So he doesn't have a head, granted. I just put him together. We got to paint. But here's my sergeant for my Vanguard Vets here. And if it focuses in. So I gave him the Relic Blade and a Lightning Claw. And I figured, situationally depending, I can allocate different attacks for different things here. And that Relic Blade, I believe, is a +3 strength. So he's going to be like a strength 7 with a -3 AP, and I think it's 2 or 3 damage. It's not bad for the points, and it keeps my list, because I have this list made, keeps my list within, about almost 2,000 points, so I'm still good there. But I also like it. It's kind of aesthetic, so it'll be kind of pretty sweet when I get this all put together. But granted, I wanted the Storm Shield, but it didn't come in the box, so we got to do what we got to do. So I'm in the midst of doing these Vanguard Vets and getting them all squared away. And I've come to the conclusion I'll probably get one of those Battle Force boxes, because I end up getting a Reaver Lieutenant. And if I get the Battle Force box, I'm going to go with this other list. Like I said, I keep this list that I'm building that is adapting, right? Constantly. And I haven't played a game yet with these guys at all. Because I'm waiting till at least I get to well over about 1,500 points. But when I get this Battle Force box, which I will eventually, I'm going to get my my Inceptors and my Vanguard Vets done, and then my Reaver Lieutenant. But here's my plan: is I was going to take that Cave and Shrike and actually build a Smash Captain or whatever, and I could run those together and kind of really reinforce certain units and buff them with some key rerolls and some key abilities. And then I'll just take that librarian and put him aside for the next army build, or the next whatever, which I think I'm in the midst of Raven Guard, so I can't really talk about the next army build yet, but we'll utilize almost all models besides that librarian, and we'll just like heavily stack this army, and we'll see what we can do by by one, buffing those units with certain rerolls, hit rerolls, wound rerolls, but then also allowing, you know, that maneuverability. I think, like we've talked about, that librarian would give us a little bit of the ability to move characters around, sometimes with like shadow step. But what I see, or I first see happening here, is, you know, any kind of, you know, tactical advantage or tactical ability for the Raven Guard to do, it's going to be in the first few turns. And that's why I was like, well, if I do this, I can really maneuver these guys around and have some buffing characters and hopefully get some key points, sabotage some objectives, and see what happens. And then maybe hold out for the next few rounds. I don't know. We haven't gone through that. We got to build this list first. Like I said, there's a Warhammer store opening up around here, and we're going to take this list. We'll see what they do for, you know, just casual play. Maybe we can get into like 1,000, 1,500 point battle when we get this going, because I think with Vanguard Vets, Inceptors, and my Reaver Lieutenant, we should be pushing up there. But one of the, you know, within the battle, when you're doing the battalion detachment or whatever, I believe you can run that other lieutenant when you have that secondary. So we'll have that Phobos lieutenant, and then we'll have the Reaver lieutenant, and then we'll bring on some Reavers, and we'll see what happens with the meta as we go through 2023. There's already been some interesting talk. I've seen some leaks about Armor of Contempt being gone, a few other, maybe some points reductions. That if there is if there are some points reductions, especially on the Space Marine side, you could see me throwing in some additional units, depending on what those reductions are. Maybe if it's enough to realign a little bit, to throw another Vanguard Vet unit, or going with another fast attack with interceptors, additional interceptors, or something that maybe it's just enough that we can throw in another troop slot, you know, throw some intercessors and finagle around with what bolt rifles they have. I don't know what we're going to do exactly, but I have my list currently that we're operating off of, and that is, you know, one for sure is get these Vanguard Vets up and running, which I think that's pretty sweet. I got the outline. I'm outlining that shield and his. I haven't done the center. I got gold. I got silver, and then I outlined it with gold. And then we got to go in the center and do the leaves in some kind of green, and then probably a bone like on the riding part. I don't know. That was all over the place. But so I'm taking my time on these dudes. I got 2 beaky heads, so we're gonna do run 2, which I wish we had all beaky boys. But we're gonna run the 2 beaky heads on them and go from there. But anyway, I just wanted to give you an update. Like I said, it's been kind of set me back when all my models got trashed. I mean, literally all of them. I think there was even the ones I thought were good when I was picking them up. I was like, oh yeah, this guy's okay. Like there was little things that I didn't realize got popped off, and I found them, got everybody squared away. So we're back to whatever full strength I was at, and then adding these guys. So stay tuned, because we got not only these guys coming up. I want to show you this as we get further on with these Vanguard Vets, when I get them all at least put together and somewhat painted, at least tournament level painted, which I mean like 3 colors. And like most of my models are still like 3 colors, so I need to go over them a little bit. And then we'll go into the interceptors, and then I'll probably order that Battle Force box. And there's more Battle Force boxes coming out, or Strike Force, whatever you want to call them, for Space Marines. Some of them are could be fairly interesting. Actually, I looked at them. I wasn't too impressed with them when it comes to the Raven Guard, like being able to use different characters. One thing I did see, I was like, White Scars. Okay, well that's kind of cool, fast attack, but for Raven Guard, the Raven Guard Strike Force box or Battle Force box, whatever it is seems to be the one we're going to go with. But there is more Space Marine chapters that are coming out with their own force boxes, and that seems interesting. But more than likely, we'll get the Raven Guard, and then we'll just piecemeal whatever we got. Anyway, I don't know. I'm just rambling on at this point. I'll talk to you later. Peace.